Quick little video. Hair is looking too insane right now. Been picking it up for a while. I need to get it cut. But obviously, as you guys know, I just saw this in the background. It's a focus for 2026. Faith in Allah, mental resilience, 180 to 22 pounds, 10%. I've low-key been slacking on this one completely. It's mainly just been 1, 2, and 5 in the 5-hour work weeks. This I've been slacking, as you guys see in the last video. But this is where I kind of is like a good segment. This is the 3 to 5 hour work weeks, faith in Allah and the mental resilience. Faith in Allah is like you putting everything, or faith in God, basically, right? Allah just means God. It's for my non-Muslim audiences, right? But faith in God is what's going to get you to where you want to go with the hours that you put in. So if you don't have this, this doesn't really matter. And there are people, I feel like, who don't have anything to, like, any feeling of God or anything like that, or whatever it may be, like that faith, right? Or believe in God, right? But they'll do this and they'll still get there, right? But there's always going to be something missing that they feel like, and then they end up always finding God. And I believe that like, you can do this and not have this, but you'll never ever be fulfilled, or you'll never ever really have that true connection, and you won't really get to success without this. So in Islam, we have something called tawakkul, and tawakkul is like pray to God, but do something about it. Do something about it, but also pray to God for it, right? So there's that. And then obviously mental resilience is pushing through. These three kind of go hand in hand, these three, because this is mental resilience to push through even when you don't want to, and this is to keep going for the hours when you don't want to, right? And I feel like I am in and out in this a little bit, and the past week I've been a little bit off this, so trying to strengthen this to strengthen these. And I'm thinking of taking these in increments, right? So I think I need to get back to incrementing into the hours and incrementing into the gym. So I've kind of been doing that. Now, that's a little update, but what I also wanted to tell you guys is this, and we're gonna fold clothes while we do this, right? For the past of a majority of anything that I do, when it comes to my line of making businesses and succeeding in some of them and then stopping them and then whatever it is, I've always got to a point where once I hit the next big step, I never take that big step. And I've said this quote a lot on the podcast of Modern Wisdom. Chris Williams, I don't know where he got the quote, but I believe he kind of made his own rendition of the quote, but anyways, he said, the magic you're looking for is in the work that you're not doing, right? So, as you guys know, card is on hold. In America, all my banks in America are closed because they thought it was fraud when I was making transactions here in Saudi. Figured it out, told them that it's fine. They were like, okay. And for some reason, they just demolished all that and then blocked it again. So now, like, I legit can't even use that card. So legit working with no money, right? Like, I go out, family, all kind of stuff. Muslim culture, or pretty much like Middle Eastern culture, as well as like when everyone's doing good, like, do what you want, like they'll say it, obviously, and you're gonna be like, no. Like, the best example I give is like when you see your grandpa or uncle or auntie that they give you money, you're like, no, I can't take it, out of respect, and they're like, no, take it, that kind of stuff. So it's that same idea. Like, if I want to go out to eat, I'll let my uncle know, I'll let my mom know that, yeah, go do your thing, right? Alhamdulillah for that, right? I'm only saying that because this is just my life. But to also tell you that is like, I also don't do that a lot, because I only do it when I know I'm putting, like, when I go to a coffee shop, they know I'm just gonna quickly get some coffee, maybe get a little bite out to eat. But they, like, the fact that they know that I'm going there to work and do something, it makes it a little bit okay, I feel like. But if I'm just screwing off and doing whatever the hell it is, I don't even like it. Even in general, I don't even like when I go to a coffee or get some food. They legit tell me, like, make sure you go grab some food, make sure you go eat, make sure, don't just sit there for long hours. And I appreciate it. I'm very grateful for that. But then also you can get content, right? Because, like, everything is paid for, everything. You don't gotta worry. Like, I'm living here. I don't gotta worry about laundry detergent, about shelter, about none of that. Alhamdulillah. But the fact is, especially with my paperwork, I legit cannot work. Like I can't get a job. I can't do anything to put money in my pocket. My bank account is closed. Nothing. So whatever money that I've gotten, like from my family, like as gifts from coming back, or when my grandpa comes, he always gives. I've saved a little bit of it, and I found old phones that we have that some of them didn't even work, but subhanallah, they just turned on. Like it amazed me, and all of it I'm just gonna go sell, so I can make some samples, make some put something out there, right? Because what else I'm gonna do in my free time? Like just sit here and do nothing? No, like I gotta put some time and effort into this, right? So I got like this phone that I'm recording on now. My friend, may Allah bless him, is sending me his old phone as a gift, because this back camera is broken, which I love that man to death, man. That's like one of my, like, genuinely a brother to me, like genuinely good hearted man. Anyway, so I'm thinking of maybe I'll sell this phone, sell all the other phones, you know, and whatever I get will just go into samples, and the rest with the new phone that has a better camera I can just make more content. I've already been using AI to make some content, for like images and all this kind of stuff, so I think I want to refine that, and just keep going, keep pushing. I think right now, um, I've because I think as a founder, as someone who's doing on your own, you have to wear so many hats. Like when you become bigger in your business, you hire an assistant, then you hire someone to do the marketing, then you hire someone to do this, and you just keep going on from there. But it takes so much for other people to do those things that you did yourself, and they're more skilled for it, and they're only focusing on that one thing, and then you get to focus on the brand more or less, I guess you could say. So for me, it's like I have to do everything, and I feel like it's so scattered sometimes that I don't know what to do. And I think for talking about this video is like I already finished all the designs. I think I have like two more designs to create to finish 8 collections within a year. Um, so now it is with what I have now is creating content and samples. I feel like those are very straightforward things. They're two separate things, but in the meantime, it's figuring out how I can use AI to make really good pictures, really good images, make it look as realistic as possible, and then as the new samples come in, and with the things I have already, like when it comes to like the shirt I already have that I've been using AI to make content with, that I've been really reusing for so long. I'm just gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep figuring out ways how can I create better content. So being here for a little bit, trying to network. I think I want to go out more and see more people, and find people that would want to do the modeling right here in the country. And I have so many different ideas of how I want to create some designs, and um, we're gonna be in March, so it's gonna be spring. So I think I should focus on creating a summer release, um, and just mess around. Maybe even just redo the polo again, and then like I don't know. I have to think what is the best course of action. You know, going just using AI and seeing what's the best idea, and then like plan it out myself, and just taking that next leap forward is gonna be the next step. So my 3 month goal is to create new samples, content, and then see, well, really first see what sample should I start with for each season, and then kind of go from there. um just pray, because like also too, like I have to do research on what things are going to do well, right? But at the same time, what is going to do well, I'm not the best at product research, to be honest. So figuring out, will these designs, will these silhouettes, will these garments, will these anything work for what I need, like the time I'm gonna release it, right? Um, Obviously, there's gonna be timeless pieces that I'm putting out there. There's gonna be certain aspects of stuff that are generic. So it's gonna really have to be based on content as well. But like all this, like a whole lot of stuff matters, and I think too deeply of so many different things when maybe I should just focus on, do the shirts look good? Okay, great. Let's just put it out there, and then let's just continually post it. Because if the product is good, then then it just has to be with content. Like focusing on one thing at a time. Because, like I said, like as simply as I broke it down to figure out what's gonna be the best what's gonna be the best season to shoot for, and then make based off of that. Then go into what kind of content I should make, and then doing AI. Those are like the top three things. But doing the AI is like I have to learn how to create realistic images. So that takes a whole set in this thing. When it comes to content, how can I be creative? How can I give the message that I want to give through other stuff that are doing really well, right? And how can I do that for me? And that's kind of hard to think when there's a good brand identity that I have now, but to narrow it down to specific people, how can I do the same thing for them? Because also in my mind, a lot of the content that I get for brand ideas or stuff that I look for are sometimes the streetwear. So like now I have to focus on a whole different thing. But how can I mend the two? And how can I bring that luxury look, like Emilian, like the perfect example is Emilian Dor, because they do a little bit of mix of both, right? They're very elegant. They're like, the Lord Piana, but like it has some streetwear aspect to it. But all their content is like big brand stuff. But like they'll have some marketing where it's like it's a tracksuit, and that tracksuit is like in Italy and they're playing soccer or something like that, right? So like how can I incorporate that into something that's high luxury and quality? So it's like a lot of things to think about. And then you have to now, after finding out the product, okay, well what products are gonna show that? What products are gonna speak that to the people? And then now creating that content to what I like already put. Okay, how can I make the clothes work in that aspect? Um, and then like how many samples do I get to do? Like it's a lot like to think about, but it's just like you have to break that down. You have to. I want to say like there's always that visual of if you try to jump to one thing to another, you're gonna burn out, and then you're just gonna keep doing that till every time you burn out, burn out, burn out, burn out. Instead of just doing, just take like instead of jumping and leaping, just take the stairs. Like you'll still get tired, but like it's very gradual. It's linear almost, right, to growth. And sometimes you go up the stairs, and then the stairs just like those kind of cartoon movies where it just turns flat, and then when you go back down, but at least you have clear steps to go up to, versus leaping and not knowing if you're even going to make the jump, versus you can make each step. So that's kind of, I guess, the theme of this video is there's always going to be a lot of chaos and a lot of stuff going on, but if you quiet the noise and focus on what you need to do, because it's good to be in chaos, it's good to be able to handle the chaos, but with all the things and questions that you have, I think write them down and then tackle those questions one by one. And I think that's what I'm going to do today, because a few days ago I broke down what my 3 months is going to look like, and now I have to answer each question, and then also plan out what, like a simple plan, like a plan that takes me 5 minutes to make, like planning of which thing am I going to do first, which thing I'm going to focus on, and then what's the next step, and then how can I incorporate what I'm learning into that one, and then step by step. So inshallah, I think that will be what I'm going to do today or tomorrow, inshallah. But this is just an eye-opener for you guys, really, and to a little bit of update, a little bit of understanding of how things are going on for me and what to do, so inshallah that'll make sense. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and have a good one.